Harper kisses are the best kisses. You guys' bullshit exhausts me. It really does. I am not Clint Eastwood. He is not Meryl Streep. But we are in Madison County, and this will be the Madison County Bridges Ride. It's about 59 miles, about 3,500 feet. We're gonna visit 6 or 7 bridges of the famous bridges that you see. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the 1995 film. I don't know if it's any good, I haven't seen it myself, but it's about a photographer that comes to Madison County to photo these bridges. He finds a lonely housewife whose husband is away, and they have a sordid affair. It's a family movie. Go see it. I haven't, but you should. Just left the campground. We do have a Clark Tower and a couple other little things right before we leave town. But we have a bigger group right now. Some of the non-cycling cyclists are joining us for the beginning part.
Otherwise known as the spouses.
Well, yes, the spouses. I didn't want to put labels on it, Dave.
Well,
I don't like to label people.
It's not a label, it's a title.
Not to disappoint, we are a half a mile in, and we have already made it to our first bridge.
It's very romantic.
I don't know about the romance, that's just clay, but we have made it to the first bridge.
Well, things we could have done that.
Oh, there's romantic.
Why do they have helium air balloons blower up here?
Those are fire suppressants, so fire around.
Morning. Hello. These stairs, those stairs, cycling cleats, whoo-hoo, not very good. One handrail, no handrail on that side. This is Clark Tower, however, if I don't fall and kill myself. Actually, it'll still be Clark Tower, even if I fall and kill myself. It'll just have one death on its conscience. There's a ginger, half a ginger Jedediah. Ooh, look at that view though. Not you, you're not the view.
Oh, that's sad.
Look at the view from the top of Clark Tower. A little bit of a climb to get here. We're about 125 feet of climbing, and we're about only a mile in. If you're coming to Clark Tower and you're doing it by bike, bring your climbing legs and some gears, because it is not flat to get out here. Bumpy. Look at his tires, they're so big.
Shake them big tires. Can't keep up with Terry.
I'll never get to be in the front.
Don't slow down.
That's what she said. Ah! We've made it to Pamel State Park, I think that's how you pronounce it. Supposedly there's a tunnel here that might be closed to car traffic, but hopefully open to people. It was built back in the 1800s by a father and son who owned a mill on this side of the rocks, and they needed the water to come this way from the river, so they built a tunnel for it. It was later converted to car traffic, but now I believe because car traffic is so big, they've had to close the tunnel, because the tunnel is not that tall and the cars keep getting bigger and bigger. But I could be wrong, I may be making shit up. As promised, here's the tunnel. Everybody else was freaking hauling ass coming down that hill and passed right up the tunnel. Passed the tunnel right up. But there's Justin, he found the tunnel.
Tunnel.
That is the tunnel. I guess it is still open to car traffic. Turn around, bright eyes, every now and then
That got a solid rope.
Oh my gosh.
This would be your way back.
This is Julian's way back, right?
Yeah, this is the way back, and it does go through.
Thank you. Hello!
So the Google lies, not that the Google has never not lied to us before, but they said it was permanently closed, which I assume meant car traffic, but we just saw a big old truck go through there, so it is open to everybody. So if you want to come down here and stick your car in a tunnel, that's the one to do it. Pummel State Park, Pammel, P-A-M-M-E-L-L. However they pronounce it here in Iowa with that Iowean accent. You gotta do a half pedal. Don't do full pedals, do half pedal. So the one time Mandels would come in handy, that would have been it. I did half pedals to try to keep my feet as dry as possible. But that river crossing right there, worth the price of admission for this ride.
That was awesome. That was fun.
It was a good time. Jules is going back. She did get us crossing the river, or fjording it.
Fjording the ford.
But if you're ever down here, I highly recommend that water crossing. That is not one of the bridges. Snake in front of Clay, but he's dead. The snake, not Clay. Well, technically that is a bridge, and it is in Madison County, and we are on the Bridges of Madison County ride. That is not one of the bridges we are looking for, but it is one of the bridges we have found. Yeah, Kevin Costner was not in the film. It was Clint Eastwood. The other, he was in the other Iowa film, If You Build It, They Will Come. But that's not about bridges, that's about baseball.
I just said I didn't bring anything.
Oh, I did.
Cash in. I got cash too.
I've got card. Here we are at our first bridge. This is the Roseman Bridge, built in
1883. Second bridge, but
Woohoo.
who's counting?
Second bridge. Well, the first one was in the park. I don't count that because you can see that from the campers. But here is our second bridge. This one is closed to car traffic. A lot of them, maybe, we might find out. Last time I did the bridges, they were open to car traffic, some of them. This one is not. Probably because cars are too heavy, like the rest of us.
Fuck the cars.
Fuck the cars, he
no
says.
cages allowed.
This route is not without climbing. We are about mile 21 in, about 1750 for climbing. So a little less than 100 miles per 100 feet per mile of climbing. That's not nothing. Ooh, buddy. Those bridges better be very, very pretty. It looks delicious.
I didn't know it was gonna be filmed.
Oh yeah, we're full service here. We're here at the Madison County Fairgrounds, and Terry made us quite the feast for our halfway sag stop. If you do this route, don't expect this to be here when you get here, but it's here for us. Is that you? Is this me? Even though that's a poor imitation of John Wayne, that's a pretty good statue of him. This here is the John Wayne Museum right here in Winterset. It's also the birthplace of John Wayne, and if you didn't know, his name is Marion Morrison, not John and not Wayne. Just left out of Winterset for the second time. The route is basically 2 loops of about 30-ish miles apiece. If I remember, I'll try to share the route in the show notes below. But that sag stop was pretty good. Terry and Barry both bought all the stuff and made the sandwiches and the fruit cups and the deviled eggs for that. Really was kind of a good little treat there right halfway. Didn't have to go into the Casey's and eat the pizza. Got fresh sandwiches, fresh fruit, deviled eggs. The 2-loop format was kind of out of necessity. Not a lot out here. So we kind of had to loop back into town, do our little lunch, get our water and stuff for the second loop. Did a route similar to this years ago out of Adele. Can't remember who organized it, but it was another bridges ride. There haven't been very many bridges on the first loop, but there was that pretty cool water crossing, and the Rose Bridge was there, but more bridges on the second loop. More climbing on the second loop too. Whew, been a lot of elevation. Been a lot. That Adele ride, I think they did it 1 or 2 years maybe. It's probably been like 7 or 8, 9 years ago. I was hoping it was going to be an annual thing, but it was either 1 and done or they did 2 and done. But it was kind of a neat little event. Went and saw bridges like we're doing today. And the entry fee was a donation to a pet shelter. So you had to go on Amazon, donate like at least $25 to a list that had a couple of pet shelters on there and things that you could donate. So it's for a good cause. It was kind of a neat entry fee, and they didn't really make anything off of it. They just got money and donations for the pet shelters that they had on their list, so that was kind of nice. But like I said, there was 1 or 2 of them, and then they stopped doing them, not sure why. Second ride on the Ty-Warrican, got it set up last week. Did one in-town ride. This is the first gravel ride on it at all, and the first longer ride. So far it's doing really good. I think it's gonna be a good bike. It's the Ty smooths out the bumps a little bit. It's a good climber, really good climber. There's a little bit of toe overlap compared to the Storm Chaser, but I think it's a lighter bike. It's definitely a stiffer bike as far as pedaling efficiency, but it rides a little smoother just because of the buttery smoothness of Ty. Yeah, so far so good. And it climbs like a goat, which is always good because this route especially, very hilly today. There it is, the second bridge on tour. That is the Hogback Bridge, built in 1884. A dreamer's journey. For many years, a neighbor of the Hogback Bridge, they acted as a steward and kept a steady supply of journals inside the bridge so that visitors can share their hopes and dreams. Huh. While not originally on our route, we did go by this. This is an old stone schoolhouse. It's been donated to Madison County. It was built in 1874. Not sure that's the original outhouse back there. Schoolhouse? Did I say schoolhouse? That's a schoolhouse. That's an outhouse. Dave, are there any petrified turds from 1874 in there?
What?
Are there any petrified turds from 1874 in the outhouse?
I didn't look.
He didn't look.
No.
We're never gonna know. That's gonna be one of life's little mysteries. If you could rate the hills on this route from 1 to 10, would you give them a 1 being they're not very good hills, or 10 being they're really great hills and we need to do them again?
Oh, they're 10.
A 10 out of 10.
They're amazing.
Rick says they're an 8 out of 10. Rick, what don't you like about our hills we have here?
Not enough of them.
Not enough of them. Rick needs more hills. We are 11 out of 18 for categorized climbs, according to the Wahoo, so I don't know what the category is. But that means we're more than halfway done with all of our hills. Somebody back there. Clay, are you dying?
Oh, I'm good.
I'm good.
Somebody call 811. Why 811? Because if he's dead, we got to bury him.
I enjoyed these hills better than the Mule Skinner hills.
Everybody dump all your water in here. No dice.
Quitter.
Found a little geocache.
Geocache in the birdhouse.
In the birdhouse.
If you're ever out here, it's a freebie. Geocache right there. That there birdhouse. Don't disturb the birds though.
Let's see who was here last. 2022, 2024. Okay, I think they'll...
We're burning film.
Sorry, can you make it out? March
Spark?
of 2024?
Spark?
Spark.
Sparky was here.
I don't see any from 2025. I see
Nobody-
2024.
Nobody's been
So
here
there you
this
go.
year. We are the first, but we don't have a pin to write with, so we aren't going to count.
We don't count.
Should be pretty close to that winery now. left out of the Covered Bridges Winery. We got about 20 miles left. 2 more covered bridges, and then back to Winterset and the campground. It's been a fun ride. Weather has been fantastic. Not a cloud inside all day. It's been a little warm, I guess, but 80s. Been a little humid, but it hasn't been raining, so there is that. I'll take the heat over the rain any day of the week. This one's got a camera system too. Yeah, this is probably the one that burnt down. So this is the cedar covered bridge. This is the one, we must have rode this ride in 2004. This bridge was burnt down by an arsonist in 2004. They rebuilt it. And according to that sign over there, somebody burned it down again in 2019. Second time. They've rebuilt it again, obviously, because it's sitting right there, but now it has cameras and a fire suppression system in it. So if somebody burns it down a third time, they're probably going to get caught, and it's probably not going to burn all the way down because they have these big canisters of fire suppression in there. We noticed that in the one in the park in Winterset also. Not sure why somebody would want to come out here and just destroy this bridge, but I guess people do. Did this one twice. All of them were built around the same time, 1863. If you read the signs, a lot of them are just out of necessity. There's a lot of little streams around here. The farmers needed a way to get carts and equipment and whatever across the stream so they get to town, get to their fields. All these covered bridges were built around that same time. Kind of cool to think that this was your way around way back in the 1860s. The Unimus Road. Looked like it might have been a little moist a couple days ago. Three to 4 days ago, this might not have been much fun. There's a little bit of clay on the road. Might have be the best road we've been on. Oh shit. Well, this one was poorly designed. They went cross plank. This is our final bridge on the ride. It is the Hollowell Bridge, 1880. It was a latecomer to the bridges. Most of them were 1863, except for that one over there. Well, that was 2019. But we won't count that one, because if you don't burn the bridges down, they don't have to rebuild them. Not sure where the picture book is that Clint Eastwood has that he kept when he took the pictures of all the bridges, but
Meryl Streep kept it.
Meryl Streep kept it, I guess. So
Yeah.
if you want to look at the book, you got to contact Meryl.
Pretty sure that's what I saw.
I don't know what he just said. Sometimes I don't know what he says. Anyways, last bridge. We're not done though. We've got about 3 miles left, and we got a doozy of a climb, I guess.
200 feet.
And then we'll be done. Then we will be done. Oh, battery's about to die. Good thing we're done. We are done. 59 and a half miles. 59 and a half miles, 3,700 feet of climbing. 5 hours, 10 minutes for an 11.5 average. That was a butt kicker. There are some hills in Iowa. It is not that flat. But we are done, and so is this video. So why are you still sticking around? Go away. Goodbye. Get out of here. See ya. Bye.
We don't know